What's up, guys? It's your boy Dekkster here, and we're going to be covering the top decks of the month for November. The month just started, and yeah, things have been pretty crazy lately. And there's also a new expansion that's going to be announced soon. I'm recording this before it's announced. I believe it's going to be announced today, so by the time you guys see this video, it's probably been announced. Anyways, all this information has been brought to you by Vicious Syndicate. I'm not sponsored by them. Once again, I just enjoy their content. They put really quality reports out there, so I'm going to link to their report in the description below. So be sure to, check that out. Give them some of your money if you want to. Buy their merch, pay for their subscription or whatever on Patreon, or just their gold service, because they deserve money, guys. They got quality stuff out there. Anyways, let's jump into the content here. Alright, so let's look at the distribution here. We can see most rogues are going to be tempo rogues. There's not a lot of miracle going on, and tempo rogues just so dominant in the current meta, you're going to run into a lot of it. We also got 3 good priest class with the Rizakus, Big Priest, and Dragon Priest. Most of them being Rizakus still, but Big Priest doing good in this meta, so is Dragon Priest. All great choices, and I think Rizakus is starting to fall off a little bit. Jade Druid rising in popularity, as well as Aggro Token Druid and Big Druid. I think Big Druid might be the way to go right now, guys. It's definitely a super strong deck in the current meta. I think Jade Druid's slowly going to be played a little bit less as Big Druid kind of rises, but hey, man, we'll see. Warlock also in a pretty good spot right now, which is great. Zoo Warlock doing amazing. The Kelseth, along with just, I don't know, all the demon synergy going on, and bringing them back with Gul'dan. A lot of people just enjoying Zoo Warlock. We also got Control Warlock, which is 4.45%. It's pretty good, man. I personally don't play it, but a lot of people having fun with Control Warlock. Mage is represented by 3 classes, or 3 archetypes as well, with Secret Mage, Control Mage, and Exodia Mage, all doing decent. Mid-range Hunter kind of coming back a little bit, doing good. I know someone made a free-to-play mid-range Hunter that they hit Legend with, which is great. Great news for Hunter fans, right? We also got Token Shaman doing good as always, and then Murloc Paladin is just so good right now. So good. Control Paladin, sadly, not too hot, but whatever. And then Warrior, not doing too good. Warrior's kind of got the short stick here for this expansion, it appears, especially after the Fiery War Axe nerf. I'm not seeing much Quest Warrior. I'm not seeing Pirate Warrior. Sad days for Warrior right now. All right, anyways, let's look at the frequency. We're seeing that Druid is rising in popularity. I'm seeing a lot more Aggro Druid. You're seeing Jade Druid. You're seeing Big Druid. They're all just doing so good right now. Druid is still a great class. The nerf to Innervate didn't hurt them too much, surprisingly. Rogue's actually dropping a little bit from last week, but still fairly high up there. Same with Priest, all because Druid's rising, and so is Warlock with the Zoolock being so prominent right now. Mage is a little bit consistent here, but I don't know. It just seems like Rogue, Druid, Priest, and Warlock are just, they're the best right now. They're the best. And then we also have Hunter down here. I think Hunter might make a little bit of a comeback. At least, I mean, it's always been the option for budget or free-to-play players. It's just very good for bang for your dust. We also have Paladin, which is increasing a little bit in popularity, and I hit Legend with Murloc Paladin. I think it might be a little scummy in your guys' eyes, but hey, it's a good list. It's aggro, fairly easy to pilot, so that's why I hit Legend with it. So you guys could test that one out, definitely. And then, yeah, Warrior, short end of the stick. Sorry, Warrior. Okay, so let's look at the power rankings here. First, we'll start with all ranks. That means all the way from rank 25 to Legend. And tier 1 is going to be Murloc Paladin, Tempo Rogue, Zoo Warlock, and Aggro Token Druid. So if you're trying to get to that rank 5, I would go ahead and choose from that tier 1. Anything from tier 2 to tier 4, well, okay, not tier 4. Don't choose from tier 4. Tier 2, tier 1, choose from there. You can hit rank 5 fairly easily. I wouldn't do tier 3 or tier 4. I don't know. Token Shaman might be okay, and mid-range Hunter would be okay. But tier 4, stay away. Stay away from that stuff. And then rank 5 to rank 1, tier 1 shortened to only 3 lists here. We got Tempo Rogue, Murloc Paladin, and Zoo Warlock. Aggro Token Druid, barely not making the cut for tier 1. It's still tier 1 in my heart. Then we also got Big Druid and Big Priest at the top of tier 2 there. Secret Mage, Pirate Warrior, and Jade Druid rounding out the bottom of tier 2. But once again, it looks like you could just stick to Tempo Rogue, Murloc Paladin, and Zoo Warlock. That seems to be the 3 holy decks for that range of rank 5 to rank 1. As far as Legend, number 1 spot, going to Big Druid by a fairly big margin there. Big Druid just doing good. Doing good here. Doing some work. Followed by Murloc Paladin, Tempo Rogue, Aggro Token Druid, as always. And then Big Priest, again. Silence Priest is up there in the top of tier 2. But yeah, guys, it looks like if you're looking for one list to play, you want to make one list for this month, or just stick to one list and grind it out, it's looking like Tempo Rogue, Murloc Paladin, Aggro Token Druid might be your best bets. You can definitely hit Legend fairly easily with those lists. And yeah, that's what we're gathering here from the power rankings. Now let's go ahead and go over all the different classes. We're gonna go over maybe 1 or 2 decks from each class, just whichever one's most exciting in my personal opinion. But once again, you can see these lists on the link below for Vicious Syndicate. They got everything nicely laid out on their website. Anyways, let's go ahead and start with Rogue. All right, so for Rogue, they're definitely the top dogs right now, or at least one of them. And best archetype is gonna be Tempo Rogue, obviously. So there's Elemental Tempo Rogues, there's non-Keleseth Tempo Rogues, there's Corpse Taker Tempo Rogues, but my personal favorite right now is Ike's Barnes Tempo Rogue. And this one is very interesting. It's built around Barnes, obviously, and it has some great Barnes targets, such as Cobalt Scalebane, Karen Bloodhoof, and the Lich King. If you can land any of those off of your Barnes, you're probably in a good spot. I mean, also, if you have some pirates on the board and you land like a South Sea Captain or something like that, it'd be pretty great as well. You could also just pull maybe a South Sea Deckhand for a 1/1 charge ping sort of deal. It's not bad. It's pretty good. And I don't know, guys. It's a great list. It could definitely get you Legend. It's definitely a top tier deck. But any sort of Tempo Rogue list that you find is probably going to be pretty good. It's just one of the best archetypes out there. So Druid has some great archetypes, guys. We got Big Druid, we got Jade Druid, we got Aggro Token Druid. But I'm going to be talking about Big Druid because the other two have always been good. It's just in this meta, Big Druid is so prominent, being very strong against Rizakis Priest and Jade Druid, which you're going to see a lot of those on the ladder. So running a Big Druid list is definitely a great idea. My personal favorite is Pinilicute's Big Druid. It's kind of the standard list. Asmodai used it to hit rank 1 Legend. And it has so many big threats, your opponent can't deal with it. Once you ramp up, you just start throwing them out, and they can't do anything, really. Against, like a Rizakis Priest or a Highlander Priest, if they end up using their Shadow Word Death, and they end up using their Anduin, and then you just keep putting out big boys, they can't deal with it from that point. But you ramp up so fast, you just start throwing out threat after threat, guys. This one is just a pain. And yeah, it's kind of expensive. 13,760 dust for this specific list. So if you're looking for a more budget thing, or budget list for Druid, I would go ahead and go with an aggro token, such as the Penguin aggro token, which I used to hit Legend a couple months ago. Definitely a great list as well. But once again, I think Big Druid, top dog right now for Druid. Big Druid. Big Druid. Let's go Big Druid, guys. Priest is just so versatile right now. We got like 4 amazing archetypes. We got Rizakis Priest, we got Dragon Priest, we got Silence Priest, we got Big Priest, actually. Big Priest doing really great right now. Here's a list by Zalay. Definitely amazing. Once again, it's expensive if you don't have, Yasiraj and Ysera and Lich King and all that. Even if you don't have Barnes, it's not free to play or budget player friendly. It's definitely an amazing list though. If you want to play some big priest, this is definitely the one to go with. My personal favorite right now though of all the priest lists is Mitsuhide. I always say his name wrong. Anyways, this guy is an amazing deck builder, an amazing player, and this list is just amazing. You can really surprise them. It has the combo in there with Divine Spirit, Inner Fire. So maybe you throw down a Radiant Elemental, you hit him with the Power Word Shield, you hit him with the Talon Priest, you hit him with the Divine Spirit, the Inner Fire, and they just don't see it coming. They're dead, and you win. It's also fairly budget at 4,040 dust, and if you want to make it even more budget, you can cut Lyra for, I don't know, another dragon for more consistency there, or I don't know, if you want another Potion of Madness or something. What I'm saying is, if you don't have Lyra, play this list anyway. It should be good. It should be good. Lyra's great, but you don't need it. But yeah, Priest is definitely in an amazing spot right now. Definitely loving Priest. If you're a Priest fan, you're happy right now. Okay, so Warlock's in a pretty good spot right now as well. We do have decent control lists. We even have a big Warlock, but the one that's doing the best right now on the ladder is going to be Zoo Warlock. They're really taking advantage of this Prince Keliseth card. I think you guys have heard of it. It's pretty solid. Definitely a good craft. Anyways, Webecca's Zoo Warlock doing great. It's running some Dark Iron Dwarves, which is pretty crazy, right? I don't know. That card's pretty fancy. Definitely a more budget version of Zoo at 5,160 dust. And then we also have Zanananan's Demon and Pirate Zoo Warlock. This one is my personal favorite between the two. I'm not saying it performs better. I just think it's more fun to play. And sometimes we play for fun, I think. But yeah, it's fun because it's running. I like the Blood Fury potions. I mean, you put a Blood Imp and then you throw a Blood Fury potion on him, and your opponent didn't expect that, and you got a pretty formidable minion right there. It's also a great target for your Bone Mares, and then we're also running Crystal Weavers, which is pretty sick. It's pretty sick for all your demons. And then Blood Reaver Gul'dan to just bring them all back and start eating your opponent's face. Definitely a great list here. A lot of fun on the ladder. If you're looking for some great Zoo Warlock lists, there's two. There's two right there, guys. So Mage is a little bit stale right now, at least in my opinion. We got Secret Mage, we got Control Mage, and we got Exodium Mage. The most exciting thing right now for Mage is the Control Mage build by Gara, which he actually hit a rank 3 Legend with. He actually cuts the Freeze and Doomsayer package and instead does something a little more proactive, because they want to be able to beat Highlander priests and slower decks, because this is more of like a grinder sort of mage, right, where you kind of just, you get the Jaina and then they can't kill you. But if it's like a Highlander priest or a Jade Druid, you might be a little bit out of luck. So once again, this one's a little more proactive. We got Medivh in here, which synergizes well with your more expensive spells such as Firelands Portal, Flame Strike, Meteor, and yeah. You get your Frost Lich Jaina down, you don't die, you deal with the opponent, and that's it, guys. That's the plan here with this mage list. So if you're looking for a cool control mage list, go ahead and check this one out. He did hit rank 3 Legend, so it's definitely a solid archetype. So for Paladin right now, there's really only one good archetype, and that is Murloc Paladin. And it seems like the most prominent Murloc Paladins are actually Murloc Pirate Paladins. We got two great lists, which I was rotating to hit Legend last season, and these two lists are Jambre's Patches Murloc Paladin and Zalay's Patches Murloc Paladin. Both of these lists perform very well. I believe I had around a 72% win rate on my way to Legend. I only had like 30 or 40 games played with them, but definitely solid. Zalay's has a little bit of a higher curve, even running Lich King and Tyrion in there. And it's also got Greenskin, which actually works great because you're running the Pirate package, and then you got a Weapons package too. You're running 2 True Silvers and 2 Rallying Blades. So having Greenskin in there is actually very good. And then we also have Jambre's version, which is a little lower on the mana curve there, topping off with the Curator, which is great because it can pull your Gentle Megasaur and it can pull one of your Murlocs. So that's great. It's also running Finja. So, I mean, both of them are great lists. Try them both out, especially if you have the cards. If you only have the cards for for Jambres or something, just use Jambres. If you don't have green skin, you could swap in with Finja. They're fairly versatile, and you can just change them to your current meta. If you're not seeing pirates, you don't need Golakka crawlers in there, for example, with Zalays. Maybe you want to throw in Curator and make it just more of a mid-range Murloc Paladin. I don't know, but there's versatility there. Definitely try these out. I love this list. I love this list, guys. I love it. It's so good. Shaman's also a little bit stale right now. It seems like the only list we got going on is Token Shaman. Really hoping that the new expansion will spice up Shaman a little bit. It's just the more expensive or higher curve archetypes tend to fail because there's more prominent lists such as Rizaka's Priest, Big Druid, Big Priest, Control Mage. Everything just seems better than Shaman right now, unless you're going Token. You go on the Gangbang Evolve combo, and you just overwhelm the opponent with a nice Evolve. But, yeah, it's just a little bit boring right now. It's always good. It's always decent. It's just boring. Cool list we got here is Zixo's Good Cards Mid-Range Shaman. This list is kind of insane. It's got Talderm. It's got Aya, Cairn, Hemet, which is, it's interesting. It's interesting. You play the Hemet, you only get good cards at that point, and you hopefully win by that point. It's not an amazing list, but it's definitely something a little more exciting from Shaman if you're looking for something fun, something new, something fresh. But if you just want to stick to the tried and true Evolve Token, just go with that. That's always going to do well on ladder. So Hunter is actually not too bad. Everyone was hating on Hunter. It was dropping in popularity, but it's not bad, guys. Kind of like Shaman, it gets a little bit stale, a little boring because it's always the same package over and over. So hopefully this expansion, once again, spices it up a little bit. We have Nick Chipper's mid-range Hunter here, which he hit number 7 Legend with, and it's actually running Barnes, which is pretty cool. I mean, if you Barnes out the Savannah High main, that's pretty valuable. If you Barnes out a Kindly Grandmother, that's also great. And if you Barnes out Lich King, that's pretty insane. But yeah, check this list out if you're looking for. It's the most spicy version of mid-range Hunter that I can find. If you're looking for something a little more classic, we do have Fano's mid-range Hunter. If you don't want the expensive cards with, you know, Nick Chippers running Rexar and Lich King and Barnes, then just stick with the tried and true. Stick with the tried and true. But, yeah, Hunter's not bad, guys. You can definitely hit Legend with this. Someone hit Legend with the free-to-play version of this, and that kind of just proves that Hunter is not dead yet, guys. It's not dead yet. But you know what is dead? Is Warrior. Warrior's not too terrible, guys. It's just outclassed by the other archetypes, such as, I don't know, even Hunter's better than Pirate Warrior, or Token Shaman's better than a Pirate Warrior. Control Warrior gets beat by Big Priest, Big Druid, Control Shaman, anything beats Control Warrior. But the most exciting list here we got is it Odamians? I'm sorry. But anyways, he made a Control Warrior list that he hit top 100 Legend with, which is fantastic. It's definitely an interesting archetype, so if you're looking for some crazy warrior, go ahead and try this one out. It's actually running Rotface, it's running Yogg, it's running Garrosh, and then we also got 2 Dead Man's Hands, 2 Commanding Shouts, and it's just a fun list for sure. It looks fun anyways. Definitely try this one out if you're looking for some warrior list. That is exciting and not bad. So if you guys are wondering what list I'm going to be playing this month, I'm probably going to play them all, to be honest. But I think I'm going to be playing a lot of Zoo Warlock. I'm going to be playing a lot of Big Druid. I'm going to be playing some Murloc Paladin just because sometimes I just want to get a little bit cancerous. I'm also going to be trying out some Hunter. But yeah, I think the number one, if you were to play one this season, it's got to be Big Druid or Murloc Paladin. So if you have the cards, go ahead and do Big Druid. If you have the Murloc Paladin cards, do that. If you need to craft something a little bit budget, I'm thinking Murloc or Zoo Warlock are probably your best. Maybe actually Aggro Token Druid might be the best budget I don't know. Just of those lists, choose the one which you're closest to and just run with it, man. Just grind the games out, get that legend, and yeah, just show off your legendary card back to all your friends and be super cool. So that's about it, guys. Thanks again to Vicious Syndicate for all their data. It's amazing. Be sure to support them. Buy their Vicious Syndicate gold. Buy their Patreon stuff. And yeah. Like, sub, share, guys. Oh, I also have a BattleNet group thing going on. So we can all chat. We can join a group. And working on a Discord. And that's it. That's it. Like, sub, share again. And tell your friends. Tell your friends. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace!